This week on Across the Arrowverse, someone gets off a trial because someone else pretends to be someone. We've been through this before. Hi everyone, welcome to the show. I'm Matthew Vose.
And I'm Catherine Kay.
This week we are going to be discussing the episodes Supergirl, Trinity, The Flash, Harry and the Harrisons, and Arrow... I need to look this one up. Docket number 11-19-41-73.
What's that all about?
I think that's his case number.
Oh, okay.
What a fascinating episode title. That will be the memorable one of the...
Dear.
I feel like at least Flash and Arrow this week were filler episodes. The victims of the long season, and we have to have extra stuff. I also think at the end of the season we might have a good discussion about crossovers, like I alluded to in the introduction, that aren't crossovers of people or characters, but of the actual plots.
Yeah, and the themes are fairly similar as well. I noted down in Supergirl that the Trinity, their aim is to cleanse the realm, you know, and in Flash, what's his face, DeVoe? Okay, he's not killing everyone, but he's essentially cleansing the Earth.
Yep.
Malice wanted to claim the Earth and turn it into wasteland. You know. If anything, Arrow is bucking the trend because it seems to be a more mundane crime drama.
He's just, gangster.
Yeah.
And we've got, it's their humanity that's potentially going to save them in pretty much every show.
Yeah.
Very much. There's a lot of similarities coming across. Should we kick off with Arrow?
Yeah.
Docket number, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
We had somewhat the reconciliation of Team Arrow. Everyone's kind of working together a bit more now.
Yes, I'm waiting for one of them to be killed.
Yeah? Do you still think it's going to be Renee?
Yeah, I think he's going to come full circle.
Okay.
Although he's probably going to have 2 or 3 intense episodes around him being forced to do things, not forced to do things, his daughter. Although, actually, perhaps he's not going to get killed. Perhaps he's just going to pick his daughter up under his arm and hightail it out of town next episode. I don't know.
Well, okay, so for Flash and Arrow, we've got 2 episodes left.
Right, okay.
So things are coming to a conclusion now.
That's interesting, because I definitely get that feeling with Flash. Arrow, I was just like, it just feels more of the same. It feels more of the same at the same pitch of tension, as opposed to a ratcheting up of tension. I know, I think we were supposed to feel a ratcheted up tension at the end when Diaz was like, "Oh, I'm not just going to send him to prison, I'm going to try and kill him." I'm like, well, whatevs, you know, surely that's much of a muchness.
It's where we expected you to get to, because this is an action show.
Yeah, that didn't feel particularly ratcheted to my tension.
We'd have been surprised if they did that in The West Wing. We're less surprised when they do that in Arrow.
Exactly.
We had the court case against Oliver with them trying to prove that he is Green Arrow, because he is Green Arrow, and he's demanding for his solicitor to get him off, even though he is Green Arrow, and he's telling him he's not.
I'd have been a bit pissed off if I was his solicitor. Excuse me. I would have been mildly irritated if I was his solicitor. Because, he's asking you to do the impossible. Get me off. Well...
Don't do the crime.
Don't do the crime, yeah. Don't be the Arrow. I thought her suggestion was eminently sensible.
Absolutely.
But...
And I wonder if they are setting up for future. It looks like we're not going to reconcile the 2 identities, because he wants to give it up at some point.
And they could very much have stolen some of the lines from the Flash courtroom scene when he refused to identify himself, because Arrow's rationale was exactly the same.
Yeah. Again, we're seeing the same stuff crossing over. Yeah. But he's now been... Well, he was convicted of it. He was found guilty. But the judgment went against him.
Yeah,
or went for him, rather.
That it was essentially the judge said, no, the jury's made a ridiculous decision that they couldn't possibly have reached based on the facts presented.
Yeah.
Therefore, I guess that's a mistrial? I can't remember
Maybe?
what letters they used, but...
But surely that would mean then a second trial? Who knows?
I don't know. It's also very convenient that they happen to have a friend that can turn himself into everyone else who happened to need rescuing from Casnia. Was that a flashback, or was that John actually going, hey, I know where this really useful dude Clifford is. Oh, he's in trouble in Casnia. Let me go to Casnia and like, where the hell is Casnia supposed to be? And think on, Kazakhstan, Bosnia. Let's portmanteau those two countries to make up an imaginary country that sounds sufficiently Eastern European.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. What was good, however, was Oliver talking to his son and talking to Felicity.
Agreed.
Oliver doing the leadership man bit.
Yeah.
Which we've always enjoyed. And I'm finally enjoying Laurel's story.
I agree.
I think now we're actually seeing it coming together. I'm still not sure whose side she's on, because it flips every time. But if it is she's going for good and she's been talked around that way, we've sort of gotten there. It's just taken too long.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can sort of buy it if it's more that actually she does want to be good and she wants to have a relationship with her father and stuff like that. I still don't buy that she's scared of Diaz because he burnt his mate on the top of the top of a roof.
Yeah.
Because I suppose for me to buy that, I have to believe that the hard ass act the hard ass persona that she had when she first was in was just that, a persona.
Yeah.
As opposed to what she was really like.
Yeah, I mean, she's been removed because she's an Earth 2 person. So she's been removed from her environment that had the triggers and the situations that caused her to do those things. Yeah. So in a different environment, people can act differently and reinvent themselves. So
yeah,
maybe, but
let's go with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably the best bit of the thing. I quite liked the guy coming in and pretending to be the Green Arrow as Tommy Merlin. That, if this was real, if this was the situation, you're like, the dude who we thought was dead for years, it's him, and he's been really good at being undercover. Yeah, I could buy it. That is actually a very, very good explanation for who is the Green Arrow.
And I must admit that I actually believed that they'd brought Tommy Merlin back for a couple of minutes because I was like, I
wondered if it was alternate Earth. Yeah.
My notes were, bloody hell, Arrow, death isn't a permanent state anymore. Then Tommy Merlin and Damien Dark.
Yeah.
And then it was a slightly less irritating explanation, although only slightly less irritating.
Yeah. I had been expecting it was going to be an alternate Earth thing.
Right.
Which would have been okay.
Yeah.
Fine. So, The Flash. Harry and the Harrisons. So the title implies it's dealing a lot with Harry's diminishing capability and intelligence, and with the Council of Welleses that we had previously. I don't actually feel like that was the main thing of this episode.
No, I don't.
No. And it's referencing Harry and the Hendersons, the old John Lithgow Bigfoot movie.
Oh, yes, I remember that.
That's what that's referencing.
Okay.
The Council of Harrisons was a bit more...
It's a bit lame.
Trite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay. It was mildly amusing, but I don't think it added a lot.
No.
I think it was just them going, hey, we enjoyed doing that last time. Let's do it again.
I feel like they're trying to hammer home this point that you can defeat DeVoe by thinking emotionally.
Yeah.
Which is what we've had over the last couple of weeks. But because we've had it already... and the team don't seem to get this yet. I'm like, why are you writing these stories and then you're not letting your stars get it? Are you just... do you not trust your audience to get there?
Presumably you're going to get it.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Just finishing off the Wells story, at the end where he explains the whole thing to him, and he is then very, very visibly worn out by the effort of explaining it, and just drawing some happy, sad faces on the board, was actually very sad.
Yes, it was.
That was really well portrayed of someone going through a debilitating disease or something, and that's it actually came across very well. Again, the actor Tom Cavanagh, excellent.
Yeah, he's really good.
Really good in his performances.
Yeah.
On the flip side, not playing it small, not playing it subtle, Katie Sackhoff, the main thing in this episode as Amunet.
Amazing, amazing. I would happily watch her in every episode.
Yeah. Yeah, I would quite like her to join the team. And for a bit this episode, I thought that's where they were going to get to. Sadly, she was double-crossing them. And this is very much the thing with having 23 episodes. If this was a 10, 13-episode season, you wouldn't have, we need to find her, oh, she's gone missing, now we need to spend an episode finding her and dealing with her problem. It would just be they go to her and convince her.
Yeah.
This is a sundry plot that doesn't add anything to the whole thing.
Apart from the chance to have extra Katie Sackhoff in it.
Which I will take.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I really liked her with Danielle Panabaker. Actually coming to a decent place with Caitlin Snow and talking about Killer Frost. We had the funny stuff of it was inside you all along.
Yeah.
But they actually played very well against each other.
Yeah. And there was more of a relationship there that was immediately apparent when we first met Amunet. Yeah.
And I'm not sure I'd describe it as a feeling of caring for each other, but a mutual respect, maybe?
Yeah, maybe some kind of comradeship. Yeah.
But really, there's not much to say about this episode.
So let me just make sure I've got this straight in my head.
Okay.
So their plan now is to take Katie Sackhoff's hypercharged metal ball and you somehow use that to destroy the satellite.
Possibly so.
Okay.
Yes, if the satellites are launched and they can get to them, is obviously the point. However, they have realised that he's not done it because there's something wrong. And I think they realised it was probably something to do with the wife.
Yeah.
So that's good.
So they're now going to go out to look for the wife.
So they're going to go and try and understand that, hopefully.
Yeah.
And at the same time, Iris has written an article about DeVoe and published it, and it is the whole city helping them.
Oh, yes, I got that.
Yeah.
I must say, I think their city is full of helpful people rather than internet trolls, which is refreshing.
Yeah, right.
And also no crazies.
Yeah. Yeah, Central City is a much better place than Star City, clearly. Yeah.
Okay.
It'd be interesting to see what comes of that. It feels like the end of the original Spider-Man movie.
Right.
Where Spider-Man's hanging off the bridge, Green Goblin's about to kill him, and all the people who were stranded on the bridge start throwing it at him as he's a New Yorker, one of us. If you come at one of us, you have to come at all of us.
Right.
And drive off Green Goblin.
Nice.
It's got that sort of vibe of people coming to help Team Flash that way. It'd be interesting to see quite where they take it.
Yeah.
Or is this just the information we never actually get to see the citizenry?
Dunno.
Who knows?
We'll find out next week.
Hopefully so. But then we come to Supergirl Trinity.
Yes.
Trinity.
It's too hot for that black coat.
It really is. Which had a lot going on.
It did.
And it was all pretty strong.
Yeah.
And it had proper consequences for the larger plots. So, good.
Yeah.
You know, it was quite fulfilling given the rest of the week. It started as strongly. So perhaps that's almost why the others have stood out, because we started so strongly with Supergirl and nothing else lived up to it.
Yeah, possibly.
Lena.
Yeah.
Obviously, it starts with Lena and the fact she's been lying by omission, potentially. And then the revelation that she has kryptonite.
Yes.
Which, I quite like the way the show has dealt with kryptonite. It has very much said this is a dangerous substance and Superman won't work with you if you have it. And we shouldn't allow people to have it because the reason you keep it is to kill Kryptonians.
Yes. Yeah, that's the only purpose for kryptonite, isn't it? There is no sort of healing powers or there's no good side to kryptonite. Yeah. It's only a weapon against Kryptonians.
I think even in some ways, comic canonically, I think there's even one where it gives people who've got cancer because it gives off a radiation, it can actually be damaging to humans as well.
Okay.
It's reminiscent of what they do to Dr. Manhattan about he's giving people cancer.
Yeah, so he wasn't really there, was he?
No, so I'm just wondering if I'm mixing them up in my head. Who knows? Yeah, we had good discussion about the keeping of secrets. Again, there are some secrets she needs to keep. Her and Jimmy, the way he supported her in this episode, excellent. Yeah, really good. The fact that he got to that point and turned around and didn't go into the vault, which I suspect might come back and bite them at some point.
Well, she's already admitted that what's in there is her fact that she's got the ability to actually make kryptonite.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That's going to be a thing, isn't it?
Useful, I suspect, is what it's going to be in the end.
Yes, but now there's 2 of them that hold that secret.
Mm.
So that's going to be interesting.
So see what it does to him. Does he have to keep it? And
I thought Lena and Alex had an adult conversation about keeping secrets.
I agree.
Which I like.
Yeah, it wasn't just the punching out that she did to Kara or to Supergirl of, right, what's your name when you're not here?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a little childish, but fine.
Yeah. But I did get her point of, well, why would I come to the DEO? The DEO to me is a clandestine organisation that's never formally acknowledged its existence to me. A very good point.
A very mature response, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still like Lena.
Yes.
And the show is handling her very well.
Yes.
Yeah, Katie McGrath is performing it very well, but I think the writing is particularly strong for her.
Yes. And on a more trivial note, I would like her work wardrobe.
Yes. Yeah. It's very professional, but exceptionally stylish.
Yes. Oh, talking about wardrobe.
Go on.
Can we talk about Alex's new suit?
So we had a wardrobe change for one of our characters. Kind of.
Yes.
I mean, she still looks kind of the same because it's a dark black suit. But she's got some cool gadgets now as well.
Yeah. So she's got like the magnets thing.
Yeah, big bangy gun.
Big bangy gun.
I'm not entirely sure what it does, but the magnets being able to pull it to her is quite cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was cool. I did think Wynn chose a very inopportune moment to bring it out.
Yeah?
It's like dude, if you had this hanging around, perhaps you could have given it to her at a quiet moment when she had the opportunity to practice using it.
Yeah.
Rather than, hey, I'm just going to slow you down so you can be fitted for this thing and now you can go into a real fight, never having used these features before.
And if it's that the show wants to do it as a reveal and an exciting moment, she's got her costume or something, they can still do it with them saying we've got to go to this fight, and her going, hang on, you're going to want to see this, coming out on a new thing, and everyone going, oh wow, and she's like, yeah, Wynn and I have been working on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but it's nice to show him doing stuff for other people. It doesn't have to be an episode about it. It's just he's done this thing. Yeah,
and as good a fighter as she is, she does kind of go into those battles very underpowered, especially given who they're fighting. Exactly.
I have a note here of Alex back as fighter, because we've been talking about moving her into the medic role, which would be very sensible, but this gives her the opportunity to stay on the battlefield.
Yeah, and also they've now got both Lena and Brainiac working together.
True.
Do that? She's also underpowered in the sort of
in the smarts,
in the scientific research stakes when compared to Lena and Brainiac. So,
so that was really nice, and it was a nice moment of genuine friendship.
Yes.
So I appreciated that. So the big part of the episode was them figuring out that Jern is a place. Was it Jern it was called?
Oh, the valley.
The valley, whatever it was called. Jeru, sorry.
Jeru.
Yeah, they figured out that Jeru was a place, and they could get there using the thing that Brainiac had done, maybe, possibly.
Using like a little magnetic metal thing on the forehead.
Yeah. And they get there.
Yes.
And then they have to track down Sam and lady who's not Sam. Julia, thank you. Who's more Julie than other Julies.
Yes.
And try to appeal to their humanity.
Yes.
Which we've been talking about all season.
Yep.
So we're finally at that point.
Yep.
I liked how sensible they were on arriving in Jeru, sorry. That they actually tested the weapons and tested whether Supergirl was invulnerable or not. Very much a setting up what's going to come anyway.
Yeah.
But you don't often see that. You don't often see that in these shows.
No.
So
it's sensible.
It's nice to actually have a moment.
Our heroes go into battle in a practical manner.
Yeah. Alex had a good episode, actually.
Yeah.
But particularly what I liked was when they get to Sam and they convince her to reclaim her humanity, reclaim her body, go and help them. And so she switches places with Rain. I hadn't twigged that was what was going to happen. And I really liked it when we got there. That was just immediately they are in danger.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good.
Yes, no, I hadn't twigged that was going to happen. But I think, yes, it was definitely a good, worthwhile thing. I found it surprising that we're now back down to 1.
Yes. So the twist at the end was they managed to get Julia to take back over Purity.
Yep.
Help them out, and then kill
Pestilence,
Blight, whatever her name was. Yeah.
Although they're all happy about this, but I reckon all of their traits and powers are now sucked into Rain. So she's like Pureignstilence. I don't know.
I like it. Pureignstilence.
Pureignstilence.
That's what we're going with. Okay, I like that a lot. Pureignstilence. Yeah, absolutely. At the end, it looks like she is now the Trinity as one.
Yes.
So I don't quite know where that's going to go. And it does this mean... Because I've never been convinced they're actually going to take out Pestilence and stop Blight in the future.
Exactly.
So does this mean they are going to kill Rain? Or Pureignstilence? Does it mean they're going to split them back out again? Like we're expecting with DeVoe?
The bodies are gone.
Well, yeah, but we're expecting with DeVoe, aren't we?
We are.
And again, particularly if the bodies have gone, it means they can recorporealize.
Oh.
If magic-y things can happen so they disappear, they can come back. Yeah.
With DeVoe, I am actually just thinking that we're just going to get Elastic Man back. I think the rest of them are gone.
Right, and he's going to have traits of some of the others? Or he's going to lose the other?
I think he might lose all the others.
Okay.
I think we might just get a very
Serious.
brutalised and serious, elongated man back.
Okay.
Because that's the body that he's in right now.
Absolutely,
Which is why I think he could be saved.
Yeah, but with the brain of DeVoe, which is the interesting thing. But with all those other people's abilities.
Yeah.
So, they might be gone. They have mourned enough in Flash that he could be gone.
He could.
So, don't hold out too much of a hope. I have a note of good secrets convo. So, it was a little contrived sending all three of them to the place where they had to then deal with the secrets, but fine. But it's meant that we could end up with them on the Legion cruiser.
I have written here, can we, every time we go to our car now, say, to the Legion cruiser?
No, we can't.
Why?
Because the Legion cruiser, honestly. But that, I quite liked that what it ended up with was Lena and Brainy on the Legion cruiser doing good.
Yes.
So we're getting to a point where we have the team we want.
Yep. We do just need to work through a few more trust issues.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that by the end of the season, Lena will know that Kara is Supergirl.
Hopefully.
And she'll be on board as a friend. But
I'm wondering if the kryptonite thing is going to mean she can make other versions of kryptonite.
Okay.
So the things that diminish different powers or different aspects of personality. So
possibly, yeah.
That'd be interesting. Just one thing. Well, do you have anything more to say on Supergirl?
Just that we can stop now with the Monel like looking mournfully at his necklace and slightly longing over Supergirl. I don't like that storyline.
No.
I like Imra. I think we've dealt with it enough this season. Enough.
Yeah. I sadly I think it's going to have a part to play somewhere because they are continuing the thread.
Right.
So it's going to come back up again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anything else?
No, just again, emotion is the key. Ruby is the key.
Yeah.
Exactly as we predicted from the start.
Yeah.
Back
I still think it's going to become an important thing.
Yeah.
I still think it's going to be her that has a part to play.
I agree. But that's about it, really.
Okay. I had one thing that I wanted to add on that I quite enjoyed because I watch with subtitles on.
Yep.
Just so I can pick up any points that I miss. When John was talking to someone, Monel possibly, and he gives him a hug, and he says thanks to him. The subtitles came up, thanks Shaw.
Sure.
Not John. Thanks Shaw.
Very odd.
It's good subtitling work. I did have to rewind that going, wait, what does he actually say? Because it is very quiet. It's just a very small moment, but I like that. The Flash. I had a question. This house is bitchin'.
Where's that gone to?
Yeah. It was such a thing for the first half of the season, and it has absolutely disappeared. So, did they just think it was really funny?
Maybe.
Because they overplayed it almost.
Yeah.
If it's not going to come back. And by this point, I would have expected it to start, or to have continued as a reference.
Yeah, I think it's been so long since they referenced it. If it did come out as a big thing. You're right.
Yeah.
Odd.
Strange.
I wonder if the writer's room had an arc where that was going to become relevant that they actually just canned.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I can't believe they've had to cut stuff from this season. I find that very hard to... Okay, so we have 2 episodes left of Flash and Arrow. So this week is the penultimate season episodes. Ooh. Next week is the final episodes. And then it will be, I think, only 3 more Supergirls left.
Yep, which we're going to do as one lump sum.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Terrific. So that wraps us up for another week. If you have thoughts, questions, or comments, you can use the hashtag ATAV on Twitter. Or you can find us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram as Eloquent Gushing. If you want to help support us, please check out our Patreon page where you can get access to exclusive content across all our shows. Go to patreon.com/eloquentgushing. And don't forget to visit the homepage, eloquentgushing.com, where you can find the other shows across the network and subscribe to our weekly newsletter with all the goings on. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you across the Arrowverse.
Across the Arrowverse is an Eloquent Gushing production. For more shows you'll love, please visit eloquentgushing.com.